Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. We have a very high-rated ladder game today between ZLO and Snowbound. Blodir. Map is Twin Rivers, classic map, and it's good to see ZLO playing again. He had a bit of a break, just didn't have much time for FAF, so great to see him back. Blodir playing quite a few games recently. He didn't think he would stick around, but he has stuck around. Also, for some reason, he's in a clan called Mav. Uh, I need someone to explain explain that to me. I have not seen why he's in Mav clan, or I haven't even seen the Mav clan before. But I think Maverick is in it, so it's clear where the name comes from. It's low, true to form. It's making a lab. Really should do some lab testing. So I think I said it before, but I feel like the Cybern lab actually just wins versus other labs quite often. It doesn't seem like the Mech Marine is necessarily better, say in a 1v1 lab battle. I feel like the Hunter might be a bit superior. Slow opening first land, and he's going to go third air. No assist with the ACU quite yet, because he's made 2 labs in fact, so it's going to mean you're not going to have enough engineers to expand and assist the ACU. You can see the difference in Blodir's build order. He's going second land. He sort of wasted his PGen adjacency, unfortunately. But his tank is just slightly late, but look at that, he dodges, gets the engineer out of the way, and this lab still not taking any shots. Oh, he's about to go down. I don't think he's going to get anything out of this lab. See, because he's dodging, he can't actually even get out of range of the striker anymore. Unfortunate. Oh, could have gotten certainly one of these engineers. Unfortunate there. Good defense by Blodir. Good reaction. And he's going third air as well. He's low, slightly behind on factories. Blodir already has 2 up. Slow finishes his now. See the strain that even a couple of labs puts on your build. Also, though, one very nice thing though, Slow has stolen a lot of mid-mass very early, and he's probably gonna, yeah, he's gonna come try and grab this as well. So that's quite nice for him, but he will still need to, well, I don't know if he actually overflowed. He may have overflowed some of that. His mass bar was quite full. There's quite a significant amount of mass here. See, like 500 in the transport, and then another few hundred from the labs and the flak. You can see beautiful reclaim. Tells a sad story of failed ghettos. Blodir, 2 engineers assisting. See the energy income. Very similar for both of them actually. Blodir is only slightly ahead. No one getting the hydro just yet. ZLO really focusing all of his build power here. You can see all of it working on the one project, all the engineers right next to each other. Nice adjacency. As always, Twin Rivers produces nice bases thanks to the spacing of the mexes. That's a nice kill. That engineer is coming for the mid reclaim, I'm sure, and maybe to build a radar here. Look at these. The use of the unit's so nice. The fact that he, well, snipes that engineer. This second lab was running all around the place looking for something else to kill. Now he has He's killed one unit. I guess he must have killed a land scout, perhaps. But he's gonna get caught out now. And look at the striker without... I mean, you don't even have to micro sometimes, and the striker will just miss the hunter. But eventually, the lab goes down. And ZLO, you can see fire ahead on reclaim, thanks to all of the mid-mass. It's very nice. And with that mid-mass, he threw up these 3 factories very quickly. And suddenly, looks pretty decent for him. Even though his expansion was certainly slower. And he's about to run out of resources. We'll probably see the AC move out. Generally, the AC moves over to this side. I think that's reasonable to try and protect the weaker expansion rather than moving up this way. But if you want to be aggressive on T1 stage, I think you can just move straight down this way, and so you can put pressure on their weak expansion instead. It doesn't make, I guess, a huge difference, but I think if you do want to be aggressive, you should have your ACU on this side of the channel, this passage, rather than the other side. Hydro going up. There's reclaim at the back here. There's reclaim quite all over the place, basically under the mountains. It's low probing, and a lot of Blodir's tanks. I mean, most of his army is funneling into his second expansion, or his main expansion. So he will be able to defend it. Needs to get some radar up. I find that Blodir doesn't build too much radar. I think it's because he mixes in so many land scouts. They give such good vision that he doesn't invest in radar. But I think, yeah, you definitely always want to make some radar though. Also, the advantage of land scouts to radar will not disappear when you run out of power. That's certainly a very nice help. And also the air scouts doing good work. It's a very even battle between strikers and mantis. And I guess there was just a couple more strikers. Strikers are actually slightly more expensive than mantis, and slightly better in combat, although the mantis is quite strong. You do see sometimes a striker getting 1v1 by a mantis, getting killed. So we just have plenty of T1 here, and people just trying to make these attacks, try and probe and do some damage. So these 6 strikers, quite low on HP, most of them, so they'll probably get taken out and just leave reclaim. Don't know if we're gonna see many or any mexes go down. Over here, ZLO's getting a factory up, but Blodir has dropped 3 engineers. That's a nice battle for ZLO. And the counter is on the other side. Good move by Blodir. He can see he's pulling units over here. He sees a large army over here, so he can tell that there's probably not too many units in this area, so he moves forward, takes out the mexes. Doesn't want to push any further though, it would be risky, and Blodir certainly has less units, it seems, in the main arena. We have about 50. And ooh, ZLO, look at that spam. 87. This man knows how to spam mantis, that's for sure. Have 2 air factories up for him, so maybe we'll see some air play, but the real problem is he's lost both the corner expansions, and that's 4 mexes here, 4 mexes up here, that's 8 mexes. Differential, because they should have 1 each, and the labs are gonna come over here. They're shooting the ground. Gotta love that terraforming. So the Medusa gonna get some kills on the mech marines, but now they run up and they're gonna take them out. Gotta love Mech Marines, man. They're just the coolest unit. So, what is the plan for ZLO? Look at this, he can even get in and raid mexes at the front. With just a couple of mantis. It's so annoying to deal with this. Just little attritional advantages. And yeah, you will see players can do better players can do so much more with their units. Find little openings. So ZLO is just constantly, you know, moving back and forth. He's gonna try and find a way to get some units past into the back base. He actually has a mole. Oh, I think he wanted it on the mass point, but you can see it has cloaking and he does put him on there. Oh, I love it. So this guy can only be seen by radar. And there is no radar, as we talked about earlier. Blodir doesn't build too many 2-1 radars. Unlike me, if you watch me, I build far too many 2-1 radars, I think. Sort of forget that they do actually cost mass and power. So ZLO, look at the pressure he's putting on. Blodir does not have enough tanks right now, and ZLO is gonna take advantage. Look, 150 mantis, and has a decent amount of Medusa mixed in as well, and he's just pulling the units in all directions. He also has the ACU towards the front, so we have some units coming down the side aiming at these mexes, units aiming at the front mexes, the ACU leading the line, taking some kills. Yeah, let's see Blodir. He doesn't have radar here, so he's not going to be able to build this mechs. And Blodir's pushed all the way back to his base, and now he's pushed back so far that he lets this through. It is quite difficult when you're pushed back to actually stop this raid. Walls are very, very nice. A wall here is quite common. I think ZLO had one queued up, but he hasn't built it. It's quite common to have a wall right here. It's quite a nice wall. People underestimate walls, really. They do take quite a bit longer to build up since they got their build time nerfed. And pressure coming on here, but there's PDs going up in defensive positions. There's a big risk here of units just, I mean, I feel like he could break off units here and run past. We need some, a couple air scouts overhead for ZLO so that he can see. But look, he already got these mantis in the back. There's T2 mexes. Now, ZLO can probably guess that these are upgrading to T2. The sides, well, they're a very nice advantage for Blodir. He's not investing anything into them, he's just harvesting the mass from them. Oh, look at this, 84%, and it's paused. And it's gonna go down to 3 mantis. I think Blodir maybe should have let that build to T2 so that it would have a lot more HP, but as it is, it goes down now. Blodir getting some pillars out, but he only has 5 so far, and he's losing a lot of ground. There's the radar showing the cloaked mole, and Blodir doesn't look to have air control. He's making T2 PDs and T1 PDs. ZLO, meanwhile, has just a single T2 mechs and no T2 air or T2 land or no commander upgrade. He pure T1 spam and 1 T2 mechs so far. And he's really putting a lot of pressure on. And we now have a much bigger mix of Medusa in here as well, which is really important versus pillars and PDs. The Mantis alone are not going to do it. So we have a lot of Medusa mixed in. And this expansion is dead, and surely ZLO can run to the back here. He has the scout overhead. There's no units. And this whole expansion could be taken. He could colonize Blodir's base. And Blodir's in full survival mode. He has more economy thanks to the side expansions and his T2 mexes in the base and in the back base. But if he were to lose the back expansion, he would certainly, I think, it would at least be even on economy. ZLO getting units in behind here. More mexes are going to go down. The T2 PDs from Blodir. That PD is a bit too close to this. But he is trying to defend his base with PDs as he gets more pillars out. Nothing else from ZLO. He's just got the T1 spam. Doesn't have any economy. Any economy upgrades or tech upgrades at all. It's just T1 spam, and he has put Blodir down to this back expansion only and his side expansions. If the back base goes down though, this gets very interesting. What I would love to see would be T2 air from ZLO and make some T2 transports and take over these side expansions. That would be great. He just has so many units. He could drop a couple T2 transports of units on the sides, and that would be very useful for him. Really deny Blodir's map control, because it's these 8 mexes are so valuable for him in the corners, and he's getting pushed back. Look at the pillars getting absolutely destroyed thanks to the Medusa stunning them in place as more Medusa shots land on them, and the Mantis do a lot of damage. There's only 8 pillars, and there's a horde of Mantis pushing through the back center of the base. There's 3-4 T2 mexes back here, and another one almost finished. It'll surely go down. And the spam continues. ZLO is building Blodir's mexes, taking them for himself. These pillars putting up a fight, but they're getting surrounded. You see them getting a lot of kills. This one has 11 kills, 9 kills. 3 kills on this one only. 12 here. But look, even the base is dying. That's a T2 mex that went down. Many T1 PGens. The pressure is really on. Another T2 mex could potentially go down, but the Medusa are missing. I feel, oh my god, look at this. The whole back expansion is destroyed. The side expansion is destroyed. All that really remains is the main base and the side expansions. Blodir trying to do some counter attack here, but I think this is going to get cleaned up quite easily and leave some reclaim for ZLO. But ZLO has not, still he's all in on this T1. He has another mex upgrading, but no tech whatsoever. I think T2 air would be so nice to take over the side expansions. Snipe power maybe. Blodir doesn't have his power shielded. Some T2 land for MMLs maybe. But it looks like Blodir, after that attack where he's lost all of his expansion, it now looks like he's sort of stabilizing. Oh, that's another few wasted pillars. But he's able to survive with these side expansions. These 8 mexes are huge. He just has 4 mexes here. That's all he has. And then the other 8 in the side. So it's really a huge amount of his economy. And I think it would be good for this army to just sit at the back of the base here somewhere and force a large army to come back and destroy it. But these PDs, the Blodir building, are doing a pretty good job at holding off more units. This spam of T2PD, I think Blodir really could do with walls. Walls would have been so good versus this T1 assault. Another T2P gen going up. We have not too much pillar production. You can't really afford very much. But ZLO is still not making any tech. He's going for the gun on his ACU. And it looks like Blodir is going to absolutely crush air, which is interesting. Although ZLO got in behind. But yeah, Blodir has far more interceptors. And this army at the back is getting cleaned up. That's a bit... oh, it's unfortunate. A lot of Medusa were left alone there. And got quickly killed. Oh, ZLO pulls the inties back over all of this T1 mobile anti-air, all the Sky Slammers. So they will do quite a lot of damage to the inties, but still quite a few remaining. And Blodir is stabilizing, and there's pretty decent amount of reclaim here. Look at that, about 9k just in this area. And there's more in front of the base and around the sides. And the gun is complete. Blodir is just going to continue making pillars, I'm sure, and try and just stabilize in that way with his T2 land. And ZLO has the gun. He doesn't have stealth, but we'll see what he can do with the gun. The gun against T2PDs, and he doesn't have stealth. That's going to be difficult. One of the nice things about stealth, it lets you get closer to T2PDs. But, you know, you gotta be careful when you're doing that, of course. Blodir now going for the gun. Sensible upgrade to make. And he's going T3 land, so he may be expecting T3 land from ZLO, but ZLO does not seem to have any intention to go T3. Oh, look at that. I missed this. How long did he have this T3 mechs? That is huge. That is so huge. I honestly don't know how long he's had that. I suspect a little while though. With some anti-air turrets going up. ZLO still with a full T1 army. What is he gonna do? How can he make this work again? Blodir's retaking his back expansion. Oh, we have a T1 drop over here. So Mex is gonna go down. And some inties. Blodir almost finished his gun upgrade. T3 is about 40%. And ZLO's making another attack. The only places there aren't T2PDs in a big line, which is just down here. And he's going to try and funnel his gargantuan army. Look at that. He's just... oh my god, why does he have 84 labs as well? Is that a mistake? Or did he actually intend to make those labs? I'm not sure. I can't even tell with ZLO. I honestly can't. But I suspect it's a mistake. He has 200 Mantis. 86 Medusa. A gun commander and a dream. And he's moving into the expansion to kill it once again. There's T1 bombers overhead doing damage to him. But that's fine. He's going to get some vet very soon. And get some overcharges in on this pillars. He's retreating now to his T1 land. where he has a lot of Medusa mixed in. He has a lot of PD building over here. He's quite afraid of a push over in this direction. Blodir's gun commander is lurking, building T2 PDs to try and force ZLO away or even trap him here. And ZLO is running out of mass. Oh, look at this raid at the back. Blodir has run the whole way through the second expansion. He's at the back and he's going to kill all of these mexes because the pillars have too much HP. They're not gonna be stopped before they kill all of that economy. And so, with all that damage taken, ZLO is all in right now, and Blodir finds himself in the center of a massive T1 army, and these PDs are getting a huge amount of kills. Look at this. This one is 60, 34, 26, 59. It's outrageous, and Blodir actually may be getting away. Units being dropped in on top of him. The T1 transport. But ZLO could not get his commander in range of Blodir's ACU. And now we have Titans out for Blodir. It's not often you see them. And perhaps once again ZLO could do a lot of damage with this T1, and he really needs to. He could kill the back expansion. There's another T3 mech from Blodir. Full survival mode. And I don't know what ZLO can do. It's the amount of Titans is going to keep growing, and although he's destroyed so many of the defenses and the second expansion, that would be great if he hadn't lost so much to this raid. Then he would be in a much nicer position, but as it is, he has only 43 income. He would have pretty much equal income, I think, at this stage if he hadn't lost all of these T2 mexes and T1 mexes. And now he really is all in, but there's so much T1 PD, T2 PD, Titans running in behind, and he's getting surrounded. But look at the progress he's making. He's still getting all the way up to the base, taking out the T2 PDs. But he calls GG now as he's surrounded, and he would go down. Well, very nice try from ZLO. That is truly just T1 spam. And he did so much work, but look at it. T3 Max versus Mantis Medusa. Well, T3 Max won this time. It would have been, I think, if Blodir didn't have both of these expansions, he never could make the economy in his base and survive like that. I think just if they were taken out, it would be so much better for ZLO, and he could actually win this game. He did so much damage, took Blodir down to 4 mexes on the main portion of the map, just 4. But Blodir holds on long enough to make the eco and the tech count, and also this raid at the end was pretty crushing. Killed all of these mexes and many T2 mexes as well. So well played, nice gameplay from both these players. Nice contrast of styles. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.